so there could be an issue there. But that's what the prosecution would have to prove. After a while, you forget the camera's there and I can be myself, but as soon as I think about the camera, I pretend more proper and no.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah. Yes, I do now, actually, yes. Yeah. But anyway, so that's another principle of bail. We're nearly done now. We just quickly whiz through the rest of the stuff, and then we can have a look at the assignment. Okay. And when you think about it, after this particular assignment, I know it's in April.
We haven't done much more.
We've just got one more to do, employment law.
So you say this, but there's so many this month, Stephen.
Others for as well.
We have 4 this month.
Yeah, we have 4 this month, and they're all really close together.
And they're all 6 credits as
And
well.
they're all 6 credits. I feel like there's...
You're not supposed to be saying all this on tape because that's all to do with bunching of assessments and we will get murdered for that as lecturers.
Well,
so.
you know what? Should we It's all about preparation, Stephen.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for that. If I could just say how wonderful you've all been, because I won't be here next week and I'll be fired. Sorry. Yeah, go on. Yes. Yeah, there you go. That's to do with...
They're not all yours, though.
No, they're not.
So forever.
Oh,
So
at least I said
therefore, it was slagging on
Yeah, it was
the
lack of
website.
communication, I would say.
But anyway, thanks for
We'll defend you, Stephen. We will defend you.
Yeah, I do need to hang on to my job for those trips to Skegness. Without this job, there's no skeg for me. Anyway, right, are we okay, Chelsea? Right, okay. Next point, the defence of automatism is not available if illegal substances are used. So, again, illegal substances which bring about self-induced automatism, you wouldn't be able to, I think that clearly makes that's
What if it was a prescription drug that you got off a doctor?
Then you would be able to, so long as you use it according to the instructions given, then yes, you'll be perfectly fine.
So where it says do not operate heavy machinery
Exactly,
driving, and then you go and do it anyway, you've been reckless at that point, haven't you?
That's correct, yes. Yeah.
Do you know when you started your interview?
As in the date,
Yeah.
it's the Wednesday we get back from the Easter break. Because don't forget, the college reopens on April the 18th, which is a Tuesday, and we start the interviews on the... I will give out the schedule in a moment.
So what date do the holidays start?
We finish on the 31st of March. So the
So the
Monday
11th
after
of
that is
April.
the 3rd, is it? Is it Monday the 3rd or the 2nd of April?
Till 18th of April.
17th of April.
Oh my.
Well, that's
That's
really
long.
Because the 17th of April is Easter Monday.
assignments back until April.
Exactly.
Can't we put a couple of these assignments
I
back
know,
until
like, wouldn't
April?
it make more sense that we have the holidays to go over some of them?
Yeah, but that's the interviews, that's over the holidays.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's just over the holidays. Right, anyway, moving on. Next then, Mayuski. Don't forget, when you've got time, have a look at the case of Mayuski. Majewski. Have a look at the case of Majewski. And it's all to do with where the defendant became drunk, and then when he became drunk, he committed criminal damage and also assault and resisted lawful arrest. And the question here is, could he argue that he didn't know what he was doing based on the intoxicated state? But quite a useful case to compare with Bailey, automatism, insanity, intoxication, all those elements are useful to consider. Right, next point, you've got the defence of automatism will be available where the defendant does not know that their actions are likely to bring about self-induced automatism. This point is a fairly straightforward point. If you take a particular medicine, prescribed medicine, and it's supposed to do a particular thing for you, and it does exactly the opposite, which then causes you to commit offences, then the defence is available to you. And the next case we look at confirms this particular point. Yes, if you take paracetamol, what's the effect of paracetamol? What's that supposed to do for you?
No pain.
Yeah, if you've got a headache, it's supposed to numb the pain and so on. If it does the opposite and makes you aggressive and unable to control yourself when you commit offences, then the defence of automatism may be available to you. I think we should be a bit cautious as to suggesting it will be, may be available to you.
Where does alcohol stand on that? Because people have different reactions to that as well.
Yes, and again, evidence. So one person might be more tolerant to the effects of alcohol compared to another person, but at the end of the day, if you commit an offence, then, whether you can rely on intoxication as a reason for
It's
destroying the
voluntary
mainstream.
intoxication, isn't it?
It's what,
whether
sorry?
It's voluntary intoxication.
Yes, yeah. Having said that, we'll come on to intoxication at some point, but even with voluntary intoxication, you
If you
can
only had
still
2
use it.
drinks and you went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, well, if it was like
It's
those
the first
hard
time you've ever
drinking,
had it,
because
yeah.
people get aggressive when they get drunk.
Hmm.
There's some
Yeah.
people get like sleepy. People react
Yeah.
differently.
Key thing there, in any case to do with intoxication, you're looking at whether the mens rea was destroyed. So if there's no mens rea, then there can't be any offence.
How would you
Unless-
prove that then?
How would you
If it was a prosecution trying to debunk the defence, how would you
Yeah,
prove?
I mean, if you think about the case of Kingston, where the drinks were laced and the defendant is sold to the victim,
Yeah.
all the evidence proves that even if he wasn't drunk, he would have done exactly the same. So they would retrieve information to decide whether you were fully aware of what you were doing or not, even though you were intoxicated. So the evidence will point to whether intoxication can destroy the mens
But was
rea.
it not a case with somebody self-induced? Was it? I think it was a jury one. It ruled that they might have not remembered it the morning after, but during the period where they were drunk, they had the intention to carry it out.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. So a drunken intent, as we always say, is not necessarily something that you can rely on. It depends on whether the mens rea was available once you were
It'd
committing
be
the
about the
offence.
situation as a whole, which is not like good look up.
Yeah. King, yes. Yeah.
If the doctor prescribed the wrong dose of medication,
Yes.
and for example, Mel
Yes.
used that medication and she hit me in a result
Yeah.
of that because she started to be aggressive,
Yes.
can I, as a victim, go and charge the doctor of the...
That would more than likely be a civil suit rather than criminal law. So you're looking at negligence issues and so on. So compensation will be the way of solving that problem. Right, okay, so this is the case to do with where you take medicine for a particular purpose, but it has the completely opposite effect. Yeah, so Hardy, Valium's supposed to calm you down. It had exactly the opposite effect. He committed an offence, and the court said that the defence would be available to that individual.
Well, it wasn't his fault, was it?
Absolutely, yes. So typical examples. And don't forget, I say this is all on Moodle for you. Just let you know, it's all there for you, and it's just going to be a matter of looking at the circumstances that you're dealing with. And during the interviews, it's all about being able to understand different scenarios that I might use. So you've got the 21 questions, but I won't be asking you direct questions from the 21, especially for those who want to get distinctions and merit. If you're on the pass, then I'll probably ask you just the basic questions. But those who want merits and distinctions, sorry?
You asked only 5 questions.
I can ask all 21 questions.
You said that we've got only 15 minutes.
Yes, so I'll ask them quickly.
And you have to answer them very quickly.
Okay.
We are allowed notes though, aren't we? But you
You
did
are,
say,
if with
the
notes,
less
that
we use
reduces
them.
your ability
you
for
said the less
higher
we use
grades.
and the higher grades we will
That's
be.
right, yes.
But you
yes.
still can have
You still can have them, just try not to use them.
So are you trying to say that if we want like a merit or a distinction, A, we can't have notes, and B, your questions?
No, you can still have notes, just
Yeah.
don't sit there with them in
Don't
front of
read
you
them.
purposely,
That's
read the
right.
answers.
And then it could be questions not on the 21, like the 21 questions.
Oh, no, it will be based around the 21. So the 21 questions will be developed.
But you could have 5 questions with 3 different questions in it, so it could be 5 scenarios with 3 different questions to it. So you might only
So
actually
you
get
know you're
answers.
going to do that
5
as
or
well.
6.
No, don't forget, my whole purpose is to encourage you to demonstrate your ability for higher grades. And most of you here have the ability to do that. It's just a matter of becoming familiar with the subject area. And don't forget, you'll have plenty of time to ask questions and so on and so forth. Right, nearly come to the end. There's a problems with the law on automatism, and difficult to determine whether insane or non-insane applies. That's the main issue. So if somebody behaves in an automatic state, where they rather suffering from insanity, and later on one of the problems is to do with stigma. So most people would prefer to be automatons than or non-insane automatism rather than insane automatism, because that, you know, has social stigma, doesn't it?
True, but
It depends on the offence you do as well, though, doesn't it? If you go around and kill someone,
Yeah.
you've got no chance really of saying it was an automatic one. If you go around and start stabbing people, how can
Yes.
you know, it's more likely to be insane.
Yes, yeah,
than
yeah.
insane.
Maybe, yeah.
If you do it while you're sleepwalking because of the medication, I'd say that's not insane.
And as you said, there are various reasons as to whether stigma will be attached to your behaviour or not. But that's one of the main issues there. Now, you've got various bodies that try and suggest reforms. You've got the Law Commission, for example. You've got the Draft Criminal Code of 1989 suggests that the defendant should not be guilty of an offence if the defendant acts automatically and their automatic state has not been brought on by voluntary intoxication. So there are many reasons, because don't forget, intoxication can, depending on the circumstances, bring about the automatic state. So there's been many reforms suggested. Unfortunately, not many have actually been put into place yet.
Did you watch that documentary that was on BBC about the House of Lords?
I saw it, and I'm going to catch up on it because I think that's a very, very useful documentary. And I think in the past I've suggested 24 hours in custody for criminal law. That's also very, very useful, and it gives you a rough idea. And in fact, in fairness, some of the channels do show some very useful programs which give you an insight into how things work in practice. But that's a good one, yes. Very good, and especially for some of the stuff you're doing with them.
There's also like a massive thing going on now where people are like, laws need to be made easier to change. Like
Right, yes,
not
yes.
protest, but a bit of a campaign going on.
Yes.
Because the public aren't aware of how they can have an impact on changing rules to and so on.
Yes, yes, absolutely, and then obviously you have both chambers having to decide and so on and so forth, and then how laws are made goes through a lot of process and scrutiny and so on. So,
criminal ones are more prone to it. It's similar, but aren't they? They're a lot more high profile.
oh, well, sorry?
Criminal
Yeah.
laws are a lot more vulnerable to change.
Yes.
People hear about them. Like if you ever hear of like rapists getting off with
Yes,
like
exactly.
raping,
Yeah,
people
well,
are really
it's
fighting.
Yes, and I think when we go to the Magistrates' Court on the 16th, I know obviously they don't deal with the indictable offences, but they have some say in it. But they will tell you how their hands are tied by a book they have to follow, and all judges are bound by sentencing guidelines. So you think about manslaughter cases where drink drivers have knocked somebody over and killed them. They come up with what, 18 months, 12 months, 6 months. Ridiculous, but depending on all the evidence and circumstances, the judges can only offer sentences.
Their hands are tied, aren't they, really?
Yeah, yeah.
They are.
And and then the media pick it up and it causes more outrage. But there are reasons as to why judges have to behave in that particular way. Right, okay. When you've got time, have a look at 2 cases, Sullivan and Burgess, and the main purpose of these 2 cases is all about whether insanity or automatism should have been available to the defendants. It's easily available on the internet and in your textbooks, but it's difficult sometimes to know which is available. Most of the time they've gone for automatism, and the court said no, you should have gone for insanity, and so on and so forth. So Sullivan and Burgess, 1984, 1991, there is that difficulty of knowing which way to go.
So do you know if you pick like so for example if they did automatism
Yes.
to begin with and they were found guilty regardless,
Yes.
can they then plead for insanity?
They can if there's enough evidence. They can if there's enough evidence, and that's the thing with these trials. And that's why all the training you do and all the academic stages are all about knowing which defences to go for if you're a defence lawyer. So it's best to pick the right one in the first place.
Oh, okay, that answers my next question.
Right, so next point then, you've got to compare the following: insanity, the judge may order an appropriate treatment, and that's what I said earlier on with automatism. You're acquitted, you go, completely free. Should you rather be given help with your condition, rather than just being fully acquitted?
So insanity, you get let go or to...
Well, with
Insanity
insanity,
would
you
be
can be given a
hospital,
hospital
wouldn't
order, yes. You go to Broadmoor, or you go to some institution where you would get help and medication.
It's quite interesting in places like that, you know, seeing
Yes,
people.
yes, it's
Which is
again,
that one
there
that you can't
was
get
a-
anywhere near? Where Ian
uh,
Huntley and everybody else was in. You can't get anywhere near.
yeah, there's Broad, it might be Broadmoor.
It might be
Yeah, it's
Broadmoor.
Yeah, I think it's
That'd be
Broadmoor.
so interesting.
So that's where you have all your medical staff and nurses treating criminals who committed various offences.
And then the second one,
To do
You just
with the
let
fact that, yeah, you let go. No medical treatment, nothing at all. So if all the evidence is proved, of the offence is available, that's it, off you go. Is
That would
what
obviously
you
still stay on your record as well, though, wouldn't it? So if
It
happened a
will,
few
yes,
years later,
yeah.
they might look at whether or not it was actually automatism or...
want? Yeah, after the case has been heard, yes, yeah. And that would help them in their sentencing. Right, okay, and I think there you go. So that's a quick summary of the defence of automatism. So hopefully what you've picked up is the defendant can only argue automatism if all control has been destroyed. And all you've got to remember is you've got to make sure you clearly explain how there is no mens rea present and how there is no actus reus present. So your ability to explain all those points will demonstrate a good understanding of the general defence of automatism and all the cases that go with it as well, and the link between automatism and insanity. Mel.
Sorry, how many general defences is there?
There's
Bring that as
automatism, there is intoxication, not quite a defence, but we do look at intoxication. There's consent, there's necessity, there's duress. So there is 5, if I remember all right.
Are we doing all of them?
And self-defence,
There's 5 general
self-defence.
defences.
Are we
so
covering all
six.
5
All of
general?
them, all of
Oh,
them, yes, yeah.
And
Right.
the interviews can be on
All of them, yes, yes, yes. Can you press the red button for me, please, Victor? You're my camera person.